Hello and welcome. This is a character profile video for the witch. And really excited to bring this video to you. We're going to cover all of her skills. We're going to show you the best 8 skills for PvE, PvP. I'll also show you all her enhancements. And we will show you her player card and farming speed. So without further ado, let's jump right to it and show you all about the witch. Here we go. Okay, here are all of the witch's skills. If you're new to this video and to my style here, allow me to just point out that on the left side is all the skills. The next column for charges is how many times you can use it. So the first one, Arcane Bolts, as long as you have the MP on your bar, you can use it as many times you want. Fireball, you can use it 3 times, and so on and so forth. Hits is how many enemies or that you, when you're targeting them, how many times you can hit them. So that's what that column is. And then the PVE is the percentage of damage versus enemy, mob, or just a regular creature out there in the world. And then the last column is player versus player, so how much damage you do against another player. And of course the specials with each skill. So want to point out that she's got some super armors, and she's also got some immobilization moves, stun, knock up, freeze. So very good class. Also wanted to point out, since I'm the Archmage, which is an upgraded version of Witch, the reason I like her also is she has a very strong heal. So when you're out there with your guildmates, she can help turn the tide by healing, if it's well placed, your guildmates in a battle. So do consider it, but let's go on to PvE and show you the top 8 skills. So let's move to that slide. Here we go. Alright, so as you can see, for PvE skills, the area in green are the 8 skills that I would recommend based off of damage. So Meteor Shower is 800%, that's your big hit. But be aware, there's a delay when she goes to cast it. So you want your opponent to be on the ground or frozen or something before you start this casting this skill. And the rest of them, really good, very strong. So once again, take a look at what's highlighted, and if you like what I've given you, then go forward with it. I'm going to use those skills for the farming speed video at the end of this video. So with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the PvP skills and see if anything has changed. Here we go. So it looks like Arcane Burst and Fireball trade places to be in the area that is green for PvP skills. Otherwise, everything else is green, and I mean everything else is the same. So once again, if PvP is your area that you like to focus on, pause, take a moment to look at all the specials and look at the damage. And with that, let's go ahead and move on to the next slide, which is the enhancements. And here we go. And here is the enhancements page. So first things first, if you're new to seeing this page, I'll briefly explain it. The first column on the left is the name of all the skills, and then the next one, so that one and the second one and the fourth one are all skills that benefit you. The third column that starts with target move speed -1 for 5 seconds, that column is all about what affects your opponent or the creature you're fighting. So that's how that works. And of course, on the very end of the right is the skill trees. You can see that it's balanced: 3 for Owl, 3 for Breve, 3 for Ahib, and 3 for Surret. So one other thing I wanted to show you about this is look at the second column. there's a lot of hits that change from. So that tells me that the witch, when you put time into her enhancements and get to those levels, she does a lot more AoE damage. Like, she affects more people on the battlefield and hits more people, and that's her purpose, is to hit a lot more and more often, as well as all the other things that everyone else has. So consider that when you're looking over the witch. And let's move on to the next slide, which is her player card. Here we go. And the purpose of the player card is to give you one view of this character. So if you're used to my videos, you can skip right to the player card if you're very familiar with it and go, okay, I'm just gonna pause it and look at everything. What's new on the player card that you didn't see beforehand is the very top, all the way to the right corner. It's the Immobilizations. So as you can see, she is just about a balanced character with immobilizations, or ways to stun or knock down or freeze the opponent. And as you can see, before that is the 8 skills I recommended for PVE and PVP, her regular skills below it, and the enhancements you were just on. So with that, I wanted to also add, a lot of people don't know what the term forward guard or super armor means, and I placed that at the very bottom. I hope it's readable, but I'll read it to you. Forward guard, this means incoming damage will be either 0 or heavily reduced. Super armor this means incoming damage will be reduced, and effects that immobilize you, such as stun, knockdown, or freeze, will not happen for a duration of time. And this is why everyone loves the super armor, because they can't get immobilized. So take a look at this player card and decide what you like and what you want to take from it. And let's move on to the farming speed section. So I'll see you there. Okay, here we go. Before we start, we're going to show you where we're at. So we're over here in Balanos, and we are fighting at Kron Castle entrance. We are here because their CP is 2519 and ours is 4501, significantly higher. So as you can see, we're using the same armor as all the previous videos, where our CP is always 4501. So to keep it consistent, I have nothing in my inventory except for the potion. And let's see, we also yeah, there we go. We also have a countdown timer, which we'll set for 5 minutes, and a tracking speed. And we also go off of this quest for kills. So 525 is what we're starting at. We'll put in the end and calculate all the money. So this is our preset path. And with that, I believe we're all set. So let's get this going. Oh, yes, and our pets, they're ready to go too. So, as I said before, we're using the 8 skills from PVE that I showed you. So you can see it in action. And yes, she's wearing a holiday attire, but the stats are not being counted, just the visual appearance. Here we go, 5 minutes on the clock. Let's see how much she does, kills wise. I always like this section of the video because it gives you a chance to see the character in action, see a good portion of her or his skills used, and helps with the decision-making process if this is a character that you like and one you want to use. That was the meteor spell I mentioned. It takes a little bit of time to cast. Yeah, I gotta admit, if you are grouping with others and it's at a point where you need someone to crowd control the creatures, yeah, bring a witch along. Looks like we're almost at that, well, not necessarily halfway mark. 2.5, but yeah. I really love that meteor spell. And just a helpful tip is see if you can cycle your super armor skills in with your attacks. Or maybe you can do that for PvP, since that's what everyone else does, to prevent you from freezing them. So consider that when you're choosing what skills you're going to go with. So as we get closer to the 5-minute mark, we will stop the auto combat, go immediately to town, and tally up how much raw loot drops that we got. I'm not counting the extra armor or anything on the side you could sell, just the raw amount of drops that I got. And then I'll show you how multiplying what you got for 5 minutes could lead you to 1 million silver. And in case you're wondering if that's a lot of silver, it'll definitely help you get good armor on the marketplace. Not the best, but probably better than what you have at level 60. Alright, looks like she's almost done. 30 more seconds to go. We have it. Going straight to town. Okay. I usually decide whether I want to pick Clarence or Eileen. It's always a toss-up. I'm still trying to figure out which one's closer. Just didn't bother. So we'll bring up our battle tracking and see how she did. It looks like Clarence is quite a trek away. Alright, throw up our calculator. So, looks like 238 kills in 5 minutes. Very nice. And so we'll go ahead and tally how much we got for loot.
Potions! Potions for sale!
A lot of good skill books there that you can use. No, nothing extra, just the loot. So, 27,120 silver for 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and bring up our paper and put that in. Bring up our calculator again. Alright, so 6 times 5 is 30 minutes. So in 30 minutes we received 162,720 silver, so we'll just put that in and then do the easy calculation. Times 2, which is an hour. Now we have 325,000. 403. And if you did this auto farming for 4 hours, just let it go and come back, I wonder how much you would get. There you go, folks. 1,301,760 just for farming for 4 hours. That's a lot of fours in that sentence. So there you have it. Congratulations, that would be your first million. So with that, I just want to say thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you liked the video. I'm always making more, especially there's a lot more to do for these character profiles. So subscribe, like, and I will see you in the next video. You have a great day. Bye now.